Hi, I'm Carol Angela Davis. This is your reality news check. It is Friday. It is the 13th of January 2012. We're going to talk about Mitt Romney. This guy, I mean, come on. Can you say corporate welfare? This is a welfare guy, and he's made a fortune. It's just amazing. Also today, wait till you hear how much the Republican candidates are worth. These are some rich guys. Can they really represent anyone's interest other than the top 1% of the population? Plus, the banksters are losing money as the chickens come home to roost. Then Jay-Z, oh yeah, Jay-Z, he says it's time to stop using this word. At least that's the rumor. We hope it's true. Plus, we have news for you of a favorite R&B star. She's hospitalized but says not to worry. And then another actress from Hollywood is hospitalized. Some say it's a drug overdose. Okay, let's begin with your stories. And we're going to begin with, of course, the race for the presidency 2012, talking about what a cad, Mitt Romney, folks. This guy, what a joke, folks. Mitt Romney today is defending, can you believe it, an indefensible position. He is defending his record at Bain Capital and says Republicans who are speaking against him are, quote, embarrassing themselves by taking the Obama line, unquote. Unbelievable, folks, but all reports are clear. Bain Capital, under the direction of Mitt Romney, closed companies, cut wages and benefits, while Romney and his cronies, folks, they became very, very, very wealthy. That's right, folks. Romney says this is free enterprise itself. Folks, if it's free enterprise, we don't need it, okay? This is how Mitt Romney apparently made a lot of his $240 million fortune, folks. Corporate welfare, okay? He has no problem with Republican ideas to gut government entitlements. We're talking food stamps. We're talking Social Security. We're talking about Medicaid. He has no problem. Medicare. He has no problem with Republican ideas to gut these entitlement programs. And all the while, it is government subsidies that made him rich to the tune of almost $240 million. Folks, he's so rich he could leave his 5 sons a fund worth $100 million. Folks, do you know how much money you have to leave your children $100 million? That means all of your expenses are taken care of, and you just have some extra money, a little bit of extra money over here on the side, and you're going to leave that to your kids. You just don't even worry about it, okay? That's how much money he has, folks. In Indiana, you should know that Bain Capital, under direction of Mitt Romney, reportedly took advantage of every tax break and every government subsidy he could to make big bucks. There was no stopping Mitt Romney's greed. As he directed Bain Capital, took tax breaks, generous tax breaks, folks, and other subsidies, all provided by the state of Indiana and the residents of DeKalb County. That's where one of the steel mills that he funded was first built, okay? Not only did the state and the county, pledge $37 million in subsidies and grants for a $385 million steel plant project, but the county also leveled a new income tax, folks. Like most people weren't taxed enough, they levied a new income tax on those people to finance infrastructure improvements to benefit the steel mill over the heated objections of some of the residents who lived there in DeKalb County. What did Romney get out of it, folks? In June of 1994, Bain Capital put $18.2 million into a company called Steel Dynamics. It sold its stake 5 years later, folks, for $104 million, a return of more than $85 million. That's right. That's a lot of money. And Mitt Romney, as he directed Bain Capital, owes it all to the same government subsidies that they want to deny you so that you can build a business or at least take care of yourself or your family, particularly the elderly who worked all their lives and literally cannot work anymore. Now that he has about $240 million in the bank, he now says this, folks. He says America should be a merit-based society instead of an entitlement society, folks. Now, he got every entitlement he could, every subsidy, every break he could get, and now he wants to deny it to the American people. You are completely nuts if you vote for this man. And with all this, Mitt thinks we're envious of him. He thinks the American people are envious of him. No, we are not envious. We're just of you, Mitt, because you're nothing to envy because you don't have any character. So we're not envious of you, but we are envious of all of the opportunity that you got that ordinary, hardworking Americans simply cannot get. But here's what Americans do get, Mitt. According to a survey by the Pew Foundation, Americans believe that the greatest source of tension in this country is now the conflict between the rich and the poor. Do you know that average Americans are madder about the gap between the rich and the poor than they are about illegal immigration? That's right, folks. According to the Pew survey, 2/3 of respondents surveyed last month think there are very strong or strong conflicts between the wealthy and the poor in this country. That's an increase of 19% in just 2 years. That's right. In just 2 years, folks. And just so you know, the share of overall U.S. wealth held by the top 10% of the population, guess what? It increased from 49% in 2005 to 56% in 2009. Okay, they own everything. And look at the Republican presidential candidates, folks. Here's how much they're worth. We're going to talk about a few of them. Mitt Romney, total net worth up to $240 plus another 24. All right, up to $264 million. Do you think this man can represent your interest? You can't possibly vote for him. John Huntsman, total net worth $16 to $72 million, and that doesn't count his daddy's money because his daddy's one of the richest men in the world. Newt Gingrich, total net worth $7 to $31 million, which I'll say this about Newt Gingrich, with all his money, at least he has the guts to call out the Republicans, and they are dogging him to death trying to get him quiet. To be fair, we'll talk about Barack Obama, total net worth $2.8 to $11.8 million, but here's what we know about Barack Obama. Barack Obama grew up, poor to middle income for most of his life. So we know Barack Obama knows what it's like to be hungry. And if nothing else, we know that Barack Obama knows what it's like to not be able to afford or to have health insurance and to lose your life as a result of it. So who are you going to vote for, folks? Who are you going to vote for? Think about it. Those of you who are on the fence, those of you who are Republicans, think about it. All right? Now, let's turn to some business news. Let's go to Swiss drug maker Novartis. Currently, that company is going to cut nearly 2,000 jobs here in the United States. It's all because it's going to lose patent protection for the drug Diovan. That's a blood pressure medication. It brought in more than $6 billion in 2010. No word yet on what jobs will be cut or where they will be, but we do know that the U.S. headquarters of Novartis is in East Hanover, New Jersey, and the company also has facilities in California and in Massachusetts, so you go figure. Looking at the banksters, J.P. Morgan, the nation's largest bank, reported a sharp drop in quarterly earnings. The chickens are coming home to roost there. Apparently, the bankster is feeling the pinch from big losses from its investment banking and trading divisions. Also, net income from J.P. Morgan's asset management business, it sank 40% to $302 million in the fourth quarter. J.P. Morgan said its real estate portfolio lost $11 million in the fourth quarter. That is compared with a loss of $823 million a year ago. And now we're going to turn to some celebrity news. We'll take a look first at Heather Locklear. There in Hollywood, reportedly awake and responsive when she arrived at a hospital in Los Angeles. Reportedly, she took a mix of prescription drugs and alcohol. Emergency personnel called to the home, they say, by her sister. Apparently, when paramedics got there, they determined that she did need to be hospitalized. And then Jay-Z, well, thank goodness, now that he has a baby girl, there's a rumor out on the internet that he is going to stop saying the B word. Boy, we hope that's true. We really hope that's true, because we women are tired of being referred to as B's, and we are tired of our daughters being referred to the same way. So Jay-Z, hey, we really hope that you are going to make that change. We're proud of you for it. And then finally today, singer and now reality TV star Toni Braxton had to be hospitalized this week in Los Angeles, but she says not to worry. She had a flare-up of her lupus. She's, of course, had it for most of her life. Lupus is a disease in which the immune system attacks healthy cells, so of course we wish her well. Those are your stories. I'm Carol Angela Davis. Thank you for joining me. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Have a good day.